Welcome to the I-9 how-to videos. Now that you have viewed the Section 1 video, let's focus on the topic of how to process Section 2 for a domestic employee who presents List B documents. You are likely to find that this is the most common scenario. The employee will show up having been directed to complete the I-9 process. The first step is to log into the I-9 management system. Navigate to My ASU by entering this URL in your browser and bookmark it for later use. Then click on the Manager tab in the My Employment section and click on the I-9 Management link. Start off by asking to see the employee's documentation and use the documents to search for the I-9 case. Note that if any documents are missing, the employee must retrieve those documents and return another time. You can quickly find the employee's I-9 case by clicking on the Pending link in the Quick Search box. This will display all cases with Section 1 complete but are still pending Section 2 verification. You can click the scroll arrow, or better yet, type the employee's name and click Search. If you cannot locate the employee, it could be due to several reasons. The I-9 receipt document would be really handy in this circumstance, so ask for that. It could be that Section 1 has not yet been submitted. If the employee does not recall the receipt document or going online to enter their I-9 info, then lead the employee through that process now. If the employee confirms Section 1 was complete, it could be the name you are searching for does not match the name the employee entered. View the I-9 receipt to confirm, or if you do not have the I-9 receipt, try searching with the last name in the first name field, or ask if the employee remembers entering a nickname. If you cannot resolve the issue taking these steps, you should contact the Employee Service Center for help. It may be that the location selected is one you do not have access to view, and the ESC can correct this for you. Once you find the employee, click on their name to enter the I-9 case. On rare occasions, a duplicate SSN is detected. In other words, an I-9 has already been processed for an employee who has the same SSN as the employee you are trying to process now. Either the I-9 on file is for the same employee on an old job, or someone keyed the wrong SSN. Always click Different to review the data. This will take you into Section 1 of the employee you are processing, where you can verify if the SSN was entered correctly. If it is wrong, change it and click Continue. If you are unsure about this whole step, contact the Employee Service Center for help. Once resolved, you can access Section 2 Employer Review and Verification page. This is the page that you will see right after clicking the employee name on most occasions. Verifiers should always start by clicking the Review Change Section 1 Information link. There are several fields the employee could have keyed incorrectly, and this will cause a major issue later if you do not correct it now. You should closely review the following key fields: first name and last name, date of birth, SSN, start date, and citizenship status. Common mistakes with these fields include entering a nickname, swapping the last and first name, or entering a name that does not quite match documentation, such as entering an additional last name. Note that if a name change is needed, the employee will need to go to the Employee Service Center. SSN can easily have a typo. Date of birth and start date can also both have typos, such as entering today's date in either, or not realizing what is meant by start date. For citizenship status, an alien authorized to work may end up selecting non-citizen national before reading the other options. Remember, this is important because the option selected directly impacts what the system will accept for documentation, as well as what documents will be verified against official databases. If there is no issue, click Continue. If you make any changes, the preparer and/or translator certification will automatically populate with your profile information. After changes, click Continue to review the changes. This step only occurs if you made changes to Section 1. A review page will display, and the system identifies changes with a red C in brackets next to the field. Make a final review, apply your electronic signature, and then click Continue. If you make changes, you must also allow the employee to review your changes. If the changes are accepted, apply electronic signature and click Continue. After ensuring Section 1 data is correct, you can begin Section 2. Skip the visa type field if the employee is a U.S. citizen or non-citizen national. You will need to select permanent resident if the employee is a lawful permanent resident. Enter the employee ID by referring to the Sun card, looking it up in PeopleSoft, or relying on the employee's memory. Then select the set of documents presented. In this example, let's say the employee presented List B and C documents. The drop-down will include allowable documents based on the citizenship status on Section 1. The most common List B document is the driver's license. The most common List C document is the Social Security card. Click Continue. Next, you need to enter information such as document number and expiration date. The data required depends on the document presented. It may help to click on the sample document link if you are unfamiliar with the document presented. Click Continue. This is your final opportunity to ensure accurate data, so review carefully. This is important because incorrect data may cause a tentative non-confirmation to occur. This requires further action by you and the employee, and you should not allow a typo to cause it. If any errors are noticed, it is recommended you click the back button until the appropriate page is reached. If you click the Change Information link here, then the Section 2 data you entered will get erased. When finished, read the notice, apply electronic signature, and click Continue. Do you remember the federal requirement for Section 2 to be processed within 3 business days of the start date? Well, if you are processing past that date, the E-Verify Late Reason page will appear. Here you will need to select a reason for the late case, which is recorded for auditing purposes. The most common selection is Other, with reason of decentralized offices/logistical. Click Continue. Section 2 is now complete, and all that is left is managing the work authorization results, also known as the E-Verify current status. Most domestic employees will receive a final result in seconds. Employment authorized is what we are hoping for. Once this status occurs, the employee is done and the case can be closed. To close a case, either click on the View Case Details link at the top of the page or click on the Close Case button toward the bottom. Clicking View Case Details will show the E-Verify History page where you can take a look at some of the case's history, and you can also click the Close Case button. After reading the instructions, you will need to select a case closure option. The most common and likely choice is Yes, and the employee continues to work buttons. Click Close Case to confirm. A resolution step is added to the E-Verify History page, and you are now finished processing this employee's I-9 case. You can go back to the Employee Detail page, process another I-9 through the main menu or search screens, or log out of the system. Note that the system retains the I-9 record per federal standards, and future changes can be completed through this Employee Detail page. All you have to do is search for the employee again. That does it for this video. Please refer to other training material for more examples on processing Section 2. Thanks for watching.